Hello from Universal. So we're at Universal to go to Halloween Horror Nights.
Yep.
Specifically, we're doing Stay and Scream, so we have about half an hour to make it to a Stay and Scream zone. And we've made it through security and we're heading over to the park. Right now we have about 20 minutes now. We are trying to move as fast as possible right now to make it to the front entrance so we can get over to, I think we're going to Springfield / Central Park. So the park is not closed yet, so we need to go to one specific side because one side I think is for HHN. Yes, so we're heading over here for regular daytime admission and we are doing phenomenal with time. We now have 15 minutes to make it to our scare zone. There's a sign here that says Stay and Scream. Entry locations, Louis Italian Restaurant, Central Park, and Richter's Burgers. There's also a Stay and Scream over here at the Today Cafe, I think, but that's just for the opening ceremonies. So we're heading to Springfield because I think that is the Stay and Scream zone for The Last of Us and then Universal Monsters.
This is also my first time doing Stay and Scream.
Yeah.
I've never
I haven't done it in a long time. So the sign says Stay and Scream areas, New York, Springfield, and Richter. There's a sign over here that says The Last of Us and Universal Monsters Unmasked. So we're in the Stay and Scream zone now. We're in the line for Universal Monsters / food and beverages. And it looks like the line for Universal Monsters stops right here, but the line for The Last of Us is incredibly long. So we're heading to the food and the drinks, which I guess we can exit the scare zone, the Stay and Scream zone, and then come back. This is sort of interesting, just how we're led into this area. So we are heading over to the Duff Beer bar over here, and there's quite a substantial line for the scare zone over here in Springfield. This is so interesting. So Brennan got us the Dufftoberfest. Now we're heading back over to our Stay and Scream all the way back over here. It's kind of cool how they do these Stay and Scream areas back over there. They sort of have dividers where the park clears in between like these stanchions over here, and then they like create little walkways to pass through. That's Universal Monsters and then The Last of Us, and we are waiting for Universal Monsters, so we're heading back around to get in line. So we're in line for Universal Monsters, and I think being led over to the house now. It's a little bit after 5 o'clock. So we're heading back out into Springfield, pretty much where we just came from, but heading over towards Animal Actors and then supposedly all the way over to the Universal House. The park is closed. Now it looks like we're actually heading inside the Animal Actors Theater. Yeah, we are inside the Animal Actor Theater right now, just waiting to go over to the house. So now we are waiting over here. We could have gone to the bar over here, but I'm glad that we got the Oktoberfest for the first time, maybe? It's your first time having it, I think. And we've started to walk over to Universal Monsters. It's a little bit after 5:30 right now. You can sort of see the fog that they've started because the event is about to start. There's Shrek Swamp, and way back there you can see the Troller Coaster, allegedly. The Trolls roller coaster overlay of the Woody's Nut House coaster, and it's like orange and yellow and green.
It looks like Shrek Swamp's like house too.
Yeah, but it's so weird. It's going to be right up next to E.T. The house opens up at 5:45, which is really great. This is just so weird, isn't it? I hope that they change the entrance. This is a much nicer alternative than the line that I waited in the last time I was here to do this, but I think Brennan's going to like this. I hope so. Right now, Brennan's checking out the show times for Nightmare Fuel so we can watch that because we've just heard incredible things about it and we need to make that happen tonight. This is pretty pleasant, actually, just walking all the way down to the house entrance and this being what used to be Kid Zone over here. It's sort of hard to see, but the Ball Factory is still in Kid Zone over there through the trees, and we have almost made it down to the house. And not even 5 minutes later, we are heading into the house for Universal Monsters Unmasked. So we just did Universal Monsters, and Brennan liked it! Yeah! This is The Last of Us, which I don't know if we're going to be able to do this. This probably already has an hour long or longer wait time. Look at this, there's no line at all for Universal Monsters Unmasked. What the heck? But that was fun. Okay, so we are heading out of this area finally. It's such a long walk. Brennan is so proud of herself having done that house. You're an HHN girly now, is that what they say? So now that Brennan has the confidence to do anything at this point, we're trying to figure out what to do next and where to go. It's now 6 o'clock, so that's how we spent our time so far. It's a 15-minute wait for Universal Monsters, but we're heading somewhere else. So we're heading through this scare zone over here, which currently has smoke, and it does have scare actors, okay. So that is closed back over there, so we're heading through Springfields, and then maybe over the Darkest Deal, maybe Dr. Oddfellow, maybe Chucky, maybe The Last of Us.
Okay, Dr. Oddfellow and Chucky would be really cool to see. Last of Us, I've never played or seen it, so I don't have any attachment to it, but you know what, if that's the last thing I have to do, I'll do it.
Look how quiet it is in Springfield right now. This is so cool. The event doesn't even start for half an hour. So we are walking through Springfield, heading towards the back of the park. We have Dr. Oddfellow over here, Darkest Deal, and The Last of Us. So it is currently 5 minutes for the Darkest Deal. Are we doing it, Brennan?
We are.
Yeah, I'm so proud of you. And it's a 65-minute wait for The Last of Us. We turned the corner into the Darkest Deal, a 5-minute wait. I am so ready for this. This is the way to do Halloween Horror Nights. This is Dr. Oddfellow over here, and we're heading into the Darkest Seal. We might be able to come back to Dr. Oddfellow because there's really no line for any of this right now. Look at this. This is ridiculous. What? And riding inside, this was just a complete walk-in, and we did it. We did the Darkest Deal. Brennan, look at you go.
And it smelled like gumbo. What the hell?
I cannot believe we did that as fast as we did. That was incredible. Now I think we're heading over to Dr. Oddfellow. It still looks like a pretty minimal line for Dr. Oddfellow. We're heading out of here. This is the exit for Oddfellow and the Darkest Seal, and then the entrance for The Last of Us. So Dr. Oddfellow is going to be all the way over here by the stage, and it shouldn't be too long of a wait. I think we're going to try to do the first show over here of Nightmare Fuel. It's a 10-minute wait for Dr. Oddfellow. For reference, it is 6:15 right now, and this is our third house. This is the stadium here, which we're both really excited to see that show. We still need to see the Death Eaters, as well as maybe the Mega Dancing Horde. I don't know, that one seems like it's going to be a little bit hard to see. And then also the Tribute Store. We have to go see the Tribute Store. It has been so long since it's been open and we have not seen it yet. This is absolutely incredible, having waited in this entire line when I did this last to actually walk all the way to the house. This is awesome. So we just went around the entirety of the Men in Black building, and now we're heading just directly into the Dr. Oddfellow house. This is just incredible after waiting so long when I did this earlier. That's where we just came from. And we are heading inside this tent, which we can't see. Normally it's all lit up as like a circus tent, but right now it's just a regular tent because it's daytime, which has definitely been affecting our experiences just inside the houses because it's been so dark. This is so cool. Okay, we're about to head inside the house pretty much. Like right now, I think I have to put my camera away at this point. So we just did Dr. Oddfellow's, and the event still has not started yet. It is still not 6:30, so we might try to go over to Chucky to maybe try to beat the opening crowds. So we're passing by Nightmare Fuel over here on the way over to Chucky. It's about 6:30 now, so the crowds are probably going to start heading over to Chucky by the time that we get over there, but we're going to try to do it. So this is a pretty momentous evening. So Brennan, how are you feeling right now?
Confident.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So we're heading through a scare zone to make it over to Chucky. It's now past 6:30, so the event has started. So we'll see what the wait time is. I don't think you could hear that, but what did you say, Brennan? That you haven't done this during daytime?
I've never done Horror Nights during daytime.
Yeah.
Like, we always wait till it starts to come.
I think it's really cool during the daytime, and it's 15 minutes for Chucky! Yeah! So we're probably just going to head directly into the house, I think, and then we might try to slow down a little bit. We'll have done 4 houses in an hour, which is ridiculous. We're just walking through the queue for Fast and Furious right now, but again, it's daytime compared to the last time that I did this. We made it inside, and it's still light out right now, and we'll have done 4 houses. That's crazy. We just watched a little pre-show, the synopsis of this house, which is that Chucky is killing everybody pretty much. This is the house entrance over here for Chucky, and that took like less than 50 minutes probably. And we are now out of Chucky, ultimate kill count. That one was okay. I think it was I think it was all right. Maybe it might have been a little bit better the first time I did it. Okay, so what I think we might be doing is getting some food and then sort of heading over towards Diagon Alley, maybe, and then also the show back here. So we're walking into Diagon Alley right now. It sounds like the dragon just breathed fire, but we are waiting for the Death Eaters, hopefully, to appear. The scare zones are definitely more intimidating at night, by the way, than they are during the daytime, but it's still pretty cool. So we're getting in line over at the Hopping Pot because there are a couple new beers that they are debuting. Oh, that was an ominous sound. So they're now selling a couple beers. One's called the Daisy Root Drought, and then the other is the Dark Forest Ale. So these are the beers that we got. I did get the Daisy Root Drought, and then Brennan got the Dark Forest Ale, which I am jealous about. I wanted to try to get something a little bit different. I think hers is going to be much better. But yeah, we can enjoy this while we potentially wait for the Death Eaters. into the crowd. We've gotten to see the Death Eaters. How cool is that? What a cool silhouette of Brennan. So it is almost dark right now. We are heading over to Nightmare Fuel to make sure that we see that. The show starts at about maybe like a little bit less than 45 minutes, but it's the first show of the night. So we are all the way back in this extended queue for the show, and this is the back of Green Nuts. We have the show building and then Diagon Alley. So this is a little bit sad. They just canceled the first show of the night, so we are not seeing the first show of this. Oh man, that sucks. So that is a bit of a bummer, obviously, but we'll just have to come back again and try to see the show at some point. So what we're doing is looking for some food, and then we're doing the Trute Store, and I think we might head out, try to make this an early HHN night. So we're heading over to this food booth over here, this food truck, to see what they have. So we did end up getting some food back over there from that booth. Brennan got the butternut and duck galette, which is duck confit and roasted butternut squash-filled pastry, garnished with buckshot candies. And I got this. This is the Witch's Spell Cauldron Stew, which is green chili and chicken stew served with skeleton cornbread, apparently, which is interesting. This is like a huge portion, and this was more expensive. So we just finished up with our foods. It is so not busy over here compared to when I was here a little while ago, a few weeks ago, so that is really cool, but it's also still pretty early. It's not even 8 o'clock. That's where you can get the pizza fries over there, which were delicious, but I'm glad that I got them by myself, I guess, so we could both sort of enjoy the fun stuff of HHN. We do need to make those again. We're heading through the forest scare zone right now, sort of the origin of Dr. Oddfellow. There's Dr. Oddfellow.
Finally, my search is over. I feel the power of the glowing skull of souls surging through my veins and giving me what I so crave. Immortality!
It's so cool. There is a food booth over here. They have like the walking taco, I think. So that was the jungle scare zone. There's also the Zodiac scare zone, and then Vamp 69, and then the shipyard scare zone, and then Dr. Oddfellow's scare zone at the front of the park. So we tried to see if the Virgo was over there for Brennan, because she still has not seen her Zodiac representation, and I've seen my Gemini representation a lot. But nope, we didn't see it together, but I did get to see it the other day. It was cool. So I think we're okay with the Last of Us booth over here, as well as maybe the Chucky booth. So we're heading to the front of the park. So I'm going to the Last of Us booth over here, and I think Brennan wants to go over here to this booth. This is the Minion Cafe, and we're heading over to this booth that I got the apple fries from. So Brennan got her hot dog back over there, and now I'm going to get my corn dog. I think it's a corn dog, maybe, over here. I'm going over to the Last of Us booths over here to do the cordyceps corn dog. And I just got my corn dog, yes! So now I need to try to find Brennan wherever she's sitting. So we're sitting over at a table over by Minion Cafe, and this is what Brennan got. She got Dr. Oddfellow's Carn-Evil Dog, which is a red hot dog and a confetti hot dog bun, Kool-Aid pickles, and bubblegum mustard with potato sticks.
I'm kind of nervous how this is gonna taste.
Yeah.
We'll see.
It looks interesting.
Yours smells good.
And this is what I got from the Last of Us booth over there. This is the cordyceps corn dog, which is a Korean cheese dog with cordyceps, crispy potato skins, truffle cream sauce, and daikon sprouts. So that'll be interesting. And then you got a lacto cooler. Stranger Things is a 100-minute wait right now, but we are heading over to the Trute Store. It's 45-minute waits for these houses, but most of them are over an hour. Now, we are all done with our snacks. And I wasn't the biggest fan of my corn dog, but Brennan actually really liked it a lot. But you didn't really like your hot dog too much. But here we are finally heading into the Trute Store. This is themed like a comic book store, apparently. That's really neat. A lot of details in here, which I'm sure a lot of other people know a lot more about than I do. This is the first room in here. We are so late to the game, both showing this Trute Store off. Looks like they have the different rooms over here that we're going to encounter. Grave Consequences, False Idols Part 1, Pay Up, and Eyes of the Ripper. So that's pretty interesting, all the different stories we're about to see. There's a lot of different comic strip excerpts here, so that's pretty interesting, but this is definitely far away from what my favorite HHN Trute Store is. Looks like we're transitioning into a black and white sort of a theme. This room is pretty cool. There's a bit of a private eye motif here. I think definitely with the black and white theme and just all of the various windows here. And this really neat like lighting effect where it looks like it's raining. And then there's Brennan.
This one's nice. Out of all the masks that they like to sell here, this one's very cute.
Brennan is just enjoying the masks, apparently. I do like this like raining effect quite a lot. Like it looks like it's like raining on the ground right here. I think that's pretty cool, right? Just walking across the sewer pothole. So I think we're heading over to the next room now. I do like this little zipper here, this Eddie zipper from Stranger Things. I definitely do appreciate the details in here. I think it's a little bit lost on me, but just the windows in here and then the rain is just incredible. And I like this Trillion Dragon shirt a lot. Now we're heading into the next room here, which this one's a little bit more vibrant, a little bit more colorful. I can get some snacks over here. I think we're okay on snacks, but this little boo cookie does look pretty tempting. So I think we're heading into the next room. Now, probably the last room. This room is a little bit small, but it always is. I didn't notice this. It's sort of a, I don't know if this is like a photo op, but you can sit next to this dead guy, apparently. Oh no, what a mess. Brennan just keeps wanting to touch everything. What the heck? This is not the kind of diner that I think I want to hang out in. I don't know about that. Okay, on to the next room. Okay, this is the final room. And this one is a pretty big one. See, this is the checkout room. This is pretty neat. Okay. This might be my favorite room that we've encountered. Okay, so I think we're heading out of the Trute Store. Now out of this final room. I do like the projections in here. So we finally got to go inside the Trute Store after just what felt like forever. And then as we exit, we have one final newsstand to encounter. Sometimes they hide little like, I don't know, fun facts or hints over here. So now the lines are getting pretty long, so I think we are heading out of Halloween Horror Nights, probably. I think a roller coaster train's about to come through the fire station. Yay! Oh! So this hopefully is not our final night at Halloween Horror Nights because we still need to come back and watch the show. It is starting to get really busy now at HHN, so this is probably a pretty good time to head out. It's pretty hard to see, but the lines are definitely getting pretty lengthy, so I'm definitely very glad that we got to do the houses that we did before heading out of the park tonight. I really do hope that they have the scare zone back where it used to be. It's just a little too congested over here by the front entrance, although I'm sure that this really does make the opening ceremonies pretty cool. Okay, so we're heading over to the arch to conclude our video. We were here for about 5 hours. But what's crazy is that we got all of the houses that we did tonight done in just like the first hour and a half. So Brennan, you have now done more houses than you have ever done in your life at Halloween Horror Nights. You did 4 the first night that we came, you did 4 tonight, we just have a couple left.
Yeah, I think I've done more houses this year than I have in the past years combined.
Yeah, like it is wild how much you accomplished tonight. And do you feel good?
I do. Yeah. I think I'm like progressing, which is nice.
Yeah. And Halloween Horror Nights, it's not for everybody. You can definitely just personally attest to that. And everybody has their own subjective way to sort of approach Halloween Horror Nights and whether or not it is or is not something that they can do.
And it's not the like scary or creepy factor to me. Like I love that stuff. It's just like the claustrophobia inside the houses and the really intense jump scares that get very close. That's what bothers me.
Well, we've now done like a very reasonable, I think, we've done different types of houses. Ones that are sort of more claustrophobia inducing, ones that are very dark, ones that are fun, and then ones that are very relatable in terms of just recognizable IP. So I think that is a good just mix of houses that you've now encountered.
I feel really good about myself this year.
And we're hopefully still going to come back.
Yeah, I think
one more
maybe
time.
One more time.
To definitely just maybe try to do the houses that we didn't do. We did like an early trip this time doing Stay and Scream, which was really cool. Maybe we can do like a super late evening next time and do the final houses that we didn't do and then maybe see the show, hopefully.
Try new food, which, I don't know, we tried new food today and half of it was not that great.
I wasn't very impressed by the food that we got tonight. It was okay, but it was a lot. I think the cordyceps corn dog I don't know if I'd get it again. You liked it, but it was a lot. It was like a lot.
Loved the corn dog, but the whatever I got, the Oddfellows hot dog or something.
I thought it was kind of cool.
It was very novelty, but not.
We both liked the novelty stuff, but like to an extent.
Never again.
Okay, I think that's it.
Yeah.
We did Stay and Scream. We did a lot of houses.
My first Stay and Scream.
Yeah, which was fun, and getting all the houses done really before the event even started, technically.
Yeah.
That was really cool. I think that all 10 houses are achievable to do in one night. I think it's complicated, but it's achievable. And you don't have to buy Express. You don't have to buy the RIP tour, but it's hard because you have to wait a significant amount of time, especially right now when all the wait times are pretty extravagant and astronomical. So we will see you soon. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and goodbye.
Goodbye.